telling us to enjoy it while they're young. But our days are filled with chaos and stress and cooking and endless laundry piles. Where's the time to enjoy anything? Yeah, that's what I always thought too. There's so much I have to do. When do I find time for peace and joy and happiness when I barely have time to sleep? Mama, it's time for a shift. You can be a happy mom. Yeah, it's possible. If I can, you can. Trust me. I've been a mess. I've been depressed. I've been overwhelmed. I've been to the bottom of the pits. And I've risen. I've grown. I've bloomed. And it all started when I realized I didn't have to anything. I get to. It is my privilege and my honor and my divine responsibility to be the queen of my home. It's not a burden. I'm not the janitor and the lunch lady. I'm in charge. I'm the ruler. I'm the chaos coordinator. I'm the calm in the storm. I don't have to anything. I get to. And so do you. So let's rise, mamas. Adjust your crown. Accept your responsibility. And change the effing world. It's all in the way you choose to see it. You're listening to I Get To, the podcast with Brittany Clarkson. That's me. Hi, my friends. Welcome in. Today we're talking about setting yourself up for success as a stay-at-home mom, which really I think we confuse motherhood and homemaking a little too much when we use titles like stay-at-home mom. All right, today we're not really talking a lot about motherhood. What we're talking about is homemaking with children pulling at your ankles. We're talking about being the head of household, the queen of the castle, the CEO of your home. All right, we are talking about managing your home, setting yourself up for success in managing your home. All right. Number one tip is to have weekly planning sessions and coordinate your calendars. Okay? Nothing ruins a good day like having unexpressed expectations go unmet. So what that means is that you've built up ideas of what you want to happen, and then you didn't tell everybody around you. You didn't communicate to them what your expectation for this was. And so then the expectation goes unmet, and you get upset. And then everyone else is upset because they don't understand. But honestly, like, so much could have been avoided had you just expressed what you expected to happen. Having weekly planning sessions and coordinating of your calendars can help to end a lot of that. It can really help to align all of your expectations. If everybody knows what's going on, everybody can be part of the puzzle, putting it together, having everything work out. So yes, communication is key when anyone else is involved. Otherwise, what this looks like is that, you expected your husband to be home for pizza and a movie on a Friday night, but you never told him that. So he sends you a text that he's either working late or planning to hit the range with his buddies after work. And you are just crushed by that because it's like, oh, I thought maybe we'd do pizza and a movie tonight, but you never gave him the opportunity to make that a priority. You didn't tell him that ahead of time. He had no idea that you had these plans with him because he's just typically home from work on a Friday. So you just expected that instead of telling him like, hey, it would be so fun to do this. We have to communicate. I know you're busy. There's so much going on. Take the time to communicate. Plan ahead. Plan ahead. And talking and planning, there's one other way to take the joy out of a day, and that is having dinner time roll around without a plan. All right, when I do my weekly planning sessions, I do my meal plan at the same time. I know what we're going to have for dinner, and then the next day, because I do all my planning on Sunday night, Monday morning is when I go get groceries so that I am set up for the whole week. And I know I don't have to make any last minute runs to the grocery stores. I know that, dinner is going to happen. I have food for dinner. I make those plans ahead of time because I am especially triggered by trying to decide what to make for dinner on an empty stomach, especially when I don't have any meat thawed for it. Like, it's the worst. I can't do it. I cannot make these difficult decisions. Um, the decision will pretty much always, the answer will always be pizza when I am already hungry and there's just chaos happening and I cannot make these decisions of, do I want chicken tonight or pork? Like, it's not that hard of a decision to make. But when it's dinner time and I'm hungry and I haven't decided yet, it becomes like life ending, you know, apocalyptic level stress. So, planning ahead, knowing ahead of time what you're going to do takes away the stress. Like, honestly, whatever is stressing you out, figure out how to get ahead of that and to prevent the stress from happening. Whether it's dinner or, cleaning the house or whatever, get to the root of the stress and either choose not to stress about it or just get it done, because those are really your only options here. And another thing is that I had to do so much work to overcome the guilt I felt from feeding my family pizza. I just felt like it was such a cop out, like I'm not doing enough if I'm not cooking a dinner. And what sucks is that, like, dinner time happens at the end of the day and we're already tired because we've been taking care of the home all day. We've been taking care of the kids all day. Two different things. We've been momming and we've been homemaking all day. And now dinner comes. And it's like we put such high priority on dinner. And really, I feel like we shouldn't, because I mean, if you talk to any like nutritional expert, they always say breakfast is the most important meal of the day, right? Like, what you eat for breakfast is more important than what you eat for dinner. Like, you should be having a bigger, fuller breakfast versus saving all of your carbs and calories for dinner time. So I mean, that's one thing that we have a little bit backwards, don't we? And then there's all this pressure of like making a good, healthy dinner, and like, why do we feel like we have to try so hard? I've talked to a lot of moms who don't feel like they have to try so hard. They're like, no, I don't feel guilty feeding my family pizza. And I'm like, but why do I? Actually had another woman telling me that her epiphany came when it came to lasagna. And I was like, that's the same exact story as me. When I discovered that dinner could be easier, when I discovered there was something cognitively distorted about my beliefs around dinner, it was because I was making lasagna. Like, I grew up on frozen lasagna, and then my husband gave me this recipe from his aunt that is amazing and super simple, honestly, to make it like yourself. Like, obviously, I just use store-bought, like, it's not totally from scratch, but, like store-bought lasagna noodles, store-bought pasta sauce, the cheeses and all that, the meat. But it's like, I personally do the layering myself so I can add extra stuff or whatever. But I was feeling guilty about cooking a lasagna that I had made myself and put in the freezer a few weeks prior. And I was trying to make dinner and I was really stressed about it. And my husband's like, why don't we just have the lasagna in the freezer? I was like, because I didn't try that hard today. I didn't do enough. I need to cook dinner. And he's like, but there's lasagna in the freezer. And he couldn't comprehend why I was struggling to make dinner when there was food already prepared in the freezer that I could just put in the oven. And like, his brain couldn't bridge the gap. And that's when I realized, like, I was wrong for thinking it's not okay for me to serve frozen lasagna that I had even made myself. Like, it wasn't even store-bought frozen. It was like I put in the time to make this a couple weeks ahead of time. Why am I feeling guilty about serving that now? And that's when I realized some disconnect here. And that's when I started figuring out that it didn't have to be so difficult. I was making things harder than they had to be. So let dinner time be easy. I have discovered Every Plate. It's a lot like HelloFresh, a little bit cheaper. I love HelloFresh. I love Every Plate. They're the same thing. Um, but I love having someone else take care of the dinner planning and send it to me so that I know I have what I need. It is taken care of. And then I prioritize making it too, because if I don't finish this box, if I don't make these 5 dinners this week, then they're going to go bad. And they're going to send me another box next week. And I'm going to get behind and I'm going to throw away a lot of food. So it helps me prioritize, like, yes, I need to make the dinner that I planned on making. Because otherwise, I'll push things off and be like, okay, well, yeah, it just makes things so much more simpler. And then I found that you can go to the grocery store and you can buy a salad kit where it's everything you need for like a delicious loaded salad in a bag and you just mix it together. Plus, they also sell like prepared, ready for the oven, like chicken breast. Like it's already seasoned and flavored and everything, cut. It's like you can buy those 2 things and that's a whole meal. And like you didn't actually have to prepare anything. You didn't have to chop anything. You didn't have to dirty dishes. It's just one bowl and you put this chicken in the oven that's already in like a foil cooking tin. Like dinner doesn't have to be that complicated. It can be easy. It can. And that's good, nutritious food. Chicken and salad, that's good. It's your greens, it's your protein. There's no reason to feel guilty that like you didn't personally bread the chicken yourself and season it and cut it. And, because like where does that end? Like, did you need to butcher the chicken yourself too? How come it's okay to let someone else butcher the chicken? If like, why do we let these cognitive distortions stress us out and ruin a beautiful and easy thing? Less time in the kitchen means more time with your kids. Like, plain and simple. Or it means that you're not totally stressed out. So when you're spending the time with your kids, you're not yelling at them. You're not triggered by them as easily because you have guarded your heart and not allowed all this stress to like fester within you because you were cooking dinner and you hated doing every minute of it. Like, no, some people love cooking. I understand that. I mean, I don't understand that, but I get it. Like, some people have fun cooking. And I hope to one day be one of those people. I've very frequently like felt enjoyment while cooking. Doing like Every Plate has been helpful with that because I'm using like fresh ingredients. I'm actually cooking it, but I'm also not super stressed because it's not over the top difficult. It does save a bit of my sanity, but some nights I still definitely need like, we had pizza the other night, frozen pizza. It's not the most healthy thing, but everybody ate dinner. And I took the time to clean the kitchen instead of cooking dinner. So that worked out pretty well. This kind of leads me into a segue here of self-care and prioritizing what you need. Okay? Setting yourself up for success isn't just planning your week and planning your groceries, letting it all be easy. But setting yourself up for success means that you are planning to rest. You're planning to renew yourself. Okay? You're planning for restoration. You are planning time to yourself. You are planning prioritizing whatever you need to stay mentally and emotionally available to conquer every bit of chaos that comes your way. Because, hi, you're mom. Mom, 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 mama, mom. That's you. Okay? Your kids call on you every time something goes wrong. Every time something happens in the house, every time there's a mess, every time someone's hungry, every time someone needs a snack, every time someone gets a boo-boo, everything falls on you. I understand that. But guess what? You are capable. You are so capable of handling all of it. You have been. You're doing it. You're doing a great job. Okay? Everything falls on you, but that means that you need to take time to take care of you so that your best self is showing up to take care of all this chaos around you. You can do it. You absolutely can. I believe in you. You've been doing it. You're going to keep doing it. And you can be happy doing it because you can prepare yourself to show up for whatever's going to happen. You know, prepare for the worst, expect the best. And how do you prepare for the worst? You take care of you. All right? They say you can't pour from an empty cup, but you absolutely can. But it's not as fun. Okay? It's much harder work to pour from an empty cup. But, if anyone can pour from an empty cup, it's moms. All right? Plenty of us moms do it all the time. And then you get all dried up, burnt out, and super stressed, and that's no way to keep living. I mean, sometimes it causes us to not want to keep living. Not enough people talk about that. Motherhood can push you to the edge of wanting to end it all. But it's not really motherhood. It's everything else that you put on it. My husband has forbidden me from buying any more planners. Are you a planner junkie who can never find the right fit too? Or they get worn out and you just need to change things up every few months? Do you struggle to find a planner that puts your mental health in priority and your productivity second? Then do I have the thing for you. My husband wouldn't let me buy any more planners, so now I design them myself. The Everyday Joy Planner is designed with mental wellness and restfulness in mind. This is a 3-month undated daily planner that incorporates intentionality, gratitude, affirmations, time blocking, meal planning, and reflection all into each day without feeling cluttered and overwhelmed. By the way, it's so very aesthetically pleasing. These planners are adorable and I am obsessed with. You can buy them on Amazon or find them at the link below in the description. Okay, but we can prevent that from happening by taking care of ourselves, by taking time to pay attention to what's going on within you, taking time to think like, why am I doing so much? Do I need to pull back? Do I need to make something else easier so that I have time to do something for me? Do I need to let go of responsibilities? Do I need to use paper plates for a week? Do I need to start having one of the kids do all the dishes? Do I need to start doing laundry service? Do I need to start, having someone come pick up all my dirty laundry, wash, dry, fold, and return it to me? And these can all be temporary, just in the season of things. You could let everything be easy for a little while. Like, hey, you can ask other women at church and be like, guys, I'm having a hard time right now. Let's normalize this. Going to your mom group of friends at the church and saying, hey guys, I'm having a really hard time mentally right now. Could we do like a meal train or something for me? And I, promise I'll return the favor once I feel better. Like, we are community and that's what we're here for. We're here to be here for each other, and it takes a village. But you know what? You have to join the village. You have to invite the villagers to come help you. Okay? Because nobody knows you need help if you don't let them know. Okay? If you're struggling, speak out. Normalize that. It's okay to admit you're struggling. This is hard to balance motherhood and homemaking and all the stresses of the world. Hey, there's no more stigma on mental illness anymore, remember? So let's normalize letting everyone know, hey, I'm struggling. I could use help. And this is specifically what would help me is if I could have someone take this off my plate. Maybe it's hiring someone to come in and clean for you. Maybe it's, swapping chores with a neighbor. Maybe she'll come clean your bathroom if you'll make her dinner or whatever. Everybody has different tastes. Everybody gets stressed out by different things. Some people get fulfilled by cleaning. I know my sister, she loves cleaning. It makes her feel really good to clean things, and I don't. I know there's lots of people who feel really fulfilled by cooking, and a lot of people like me who just don't. Okay, basically, I like to play with my kids, and I like to teach my kids, and I don't like any of the homemaker stuff. I like to decorate a room. I do. I like the decorating of the home. But I am not a fan of the cooking, not a fan of the cleaning, not a fan of like anything else that goes along with that. I don't mind doing laundry. I could do laundry. But most of the homemaker stuff stresses me out and I don't enjoy any of it. So that's fun to overcome that and to figure out how to have a loving heart in the midst of doing things that I don't enjoy doing. So prioritize you so that you can show up for everybody else. This doesn't mean saying no to your kids. All right. I'm not saying, be a half assed mom so that you can take care of yourself. I'm saying trust other people with some of the responsibilities that you feel you have to personally take care of, because you don't have to personally do all of it, and you don't have to do all of it 100% all of the time. There are seasons where you need to be more about you and less about the house. Sometimes you just need to let the living room be a mess for a week so that you're not a mess, so that you can take care of yourself and then show up better than before. Come in, clean the house again. It's fine. Let the house be a mess for a week and then have someone else come in and clean it for you. Like, if you can. I don't know why I keep using that as an example, because I've never had someone else come in and clean my house. I'm so like, it's my house and I feel really vulnerable letting other people see it. Trying to overcome that though, because I don't enjoy cleaning it. So why am I not having someone else do it for me? Work in progress. We all are. But that's how you can set yourself up for success as a stay-at-home mom, is by planning weekly, coordinating your calendars with everyone else in the house, making sure that everyone's on the same page with what's happening this week, making sure that dinner time doesn't sneak up on you, making sure that your stresses are planned for, and then taking care of yourself so that you can show up for all this. All right? Work it into your calendar, work it into your every single day to just take time for you. Even if self-care looks like just getting enough sleep, drinking enough water, and making sure that you eat breakfast. Do what you need to do to show up for everybody else. Thank you so much for listening today. If you could do me a quick little favor and rate and review this podcast, that would mean so, so much to me. And also, if you could screenshot the episode you're listening to and share it on your social media so that other mamas can find the same episodes and learn the same things you've learned, that would mean so much to me, so much to the whole world. Thank you so much for making the world a better place.